On our resident profile, we are thrilled to have Ramona YODER with us. And Ramona is going to talk to us a little bit, of course, about what the ZoLife program meant to her. And then we've also asked her to be a part of our new ambassadors program. So we're going to ask her a little bit about that. Ramona, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about what ZoLife has been like in your life. Maybe what it was, how you felt before ZoLife and how you feel after starting ZoLife, those types of things.
I was fascinated with the word ZoLife. And when I recognized that it meant vitality, I was like, yeah, that's what I want. And I'd been in a career that emphasized holistic health. And particularly, I was interested in the spiritual pillar because I was working in a hospital spiritual care department. But that's where, for 35 years, it was brought to me the importance of not just treating the physical piece, but
Absolutely.
the whole person needs to be treated. And that includes your emotional health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, all of that. And so these pillars are vital for vitality.
That's right.
That's true. And we were talking a little bit before the show how things that have happened in your past have a tendency to catch up with you later in life. And so to be able to have these pillars to lean on when you're facing something from your past is so, it's extraordinary. It really is. And we were talking in depth about that. So how do you feel, we always ask this question, but how do you feel today as opposed to this time last year?
Well, for me, one of the biggest pieces has been consistency with physical activity. And it's not until I got here that has been much easier to accomplish than when I lived in Sun City. I had access to recreation centers, but I had to get in the car and go do it. And I could talk myself out of that really easily.
Of course, yeah.
And here I just walk out the door and walk across campus, and I'm walking to physical activity, and I'm doing physical activity, and
I think
I'm
that's an
walking
important
back.
point. Is so many residents that we talk to say, I don't know why I don't take advantage of going down there. It's not like I have to drive, find a parking spot, deal with the logistics of getting somewhere. I can just literally walk from wherever you are on campus, and that's part of the workout, is getting here physically to here. But it's not like a normal gym, and I'm glad you said that, because that Sun City, where they might have been living for the last couple years, to this transition, a lot of positives can come from that, and the ease of using this in their lifestyle is one of them. So
I'm in the best physical shape that I've ever been in.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great comment.
See, that's fabulous. I love hearing those comments.
And the nutritional aspect too has been, I think, improved. Oh, and definitely the social piece. The social piece at Henry's, the social piece at the fitness center, in the courts.
Yes.
That's very cool. So when did you move to Glencroft? What's kind of been your timeline? June 1st of this year.
So you're just barely
2019.
You're just barely coming up on a year. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
7 months, I guess.
So to Glencroft, when you decided to come to this campus over, I'm sure you did your homework and looked at other campuses, but when you made the decision to come here, has it exceeded your expectations, or has this transition been what you thought it would be? What's kind of been that move like?
Well, I've lived in the Valley for a long time, and I've actually been around since the beginning of Glencroft. And I knew that there had been a number of changes over the past several years, but I really didn't check out other places.
Is that right?
Yeah, I talked to some people who had been here for a long time, who've been here through the changes, and I loved what Dory Spiker told me. She said, Ramona, it's not about necessarily liking all the changes, it's the attitude with which you approach change.
That's true. Oh, so
And
true.
that was very helpful to me. And when I find things that I don't necessarily agree with or like, it's like, well, is there a reason to try to work for change or just accept the fact that that's the way it is? Well, I may do some of both.
There you go. Smart.
And I think you just said it, in that you are one that you accept change actually very well, but you also give your opinion in a very lovely way. She gives her opinion, but you also give ideas, you know, for things that could be done maybe a little bit different or whatever. And we love people to be able to give their ideas and feedback and things like that, because, you know, maybe it's something that we can use or utilize. So,
Well, and for me, it was a matter of being able to build some trust with people at the top who I could say, these are some of my observations, and if this is what's going to be marketed,
that's
we
true.
need to work at following through.
Sure, absolutely.
And I call that critique, as far
Yes.
as not being critical,
Critiquing.
but
Sure.
critiquing.
Yeah. But that's healthy.
We all do
Like,
that. It is
that's what we
healthy,
want,
yes.
is because we obviously as staff are working here for you guys, but having input like that that's in the betterment
Yes.
for the campus as a whole is what's positive.
Right.
And that's what, you know, we have our ideas, but, you know, to have it grow and get framework from you guys, that's the whole goal of what we're trying to
Absolutely,
do.
absolutely.
Well,
And we're
that's
all
part
here.
of accountability on
Yeah.
everybody's part,
Yes.
really.
And we're all here because of you. So, you know, because of the residents. So, just real quick, we started a ambassadors group, Zoe Life Ambassadors Group, and Ramona is one of our ambassadors. And just to explain a little bit, I know there's been a little bit of confusion amongst some of the residents on campus, but so the Zoe Life Ambassadors are people that have been involved in the Zoe Life program and feel comfortable talking to new residents about the Zoe Life program. So these ambassadors will visit new residents with only Zoe Life information and talk to them, invite them to come out to activities and maybe come down for a workout in the university room or the performance center, and try to involve them in the Zoe Life program. So Ramona is one of our ambassadors, and this program takes off on the beginning of February, so we'll be assigning them new residents that are coming into the community. And we really appreciate Ramona and everything she's doing with regards to the Zoe Life program. Tell me how you feel about the ambassadors program. And
Well-
be gentle. No.
I'm delighted to be a part of it. I mean, it's like I said, it's something that fits my lifestyle, something I believe in, and things that I believe in, I want to help promote.
That's right.
And you just used the phrase leaning into the pillars. I want people to learn to hug the pillars,
That's a better
wrap their
phrase.
arms around
That's
it.
Yes.
really good. But, and that's the whole concept of the ambassador
That's
program, is to have that welcome wagon approach and explain Zoe
Yes.
Life as our culture, what we do on this campus. Explain it in a way that shows, hey, this is my lifestyle. This is what I do. You don't have to go to the extreme. I might do it
Right.
and work out 3 to 4 days a week and do it, but here's how you would get your feet wet with the program
right.
and kind of
Yes.
be a advocate for Zoe Life. But the welcome wagon to new residents, because you weren't very long ago, you made this transition, and it's scary. I
Yes.
mean, we talk to new residents all the time. They were like, I really didn't know what I was getting into,
Yes.
and it's so overwhelming. And so to have just a cultural welcome wagon,
That's right.
I think is important.
And we have the resident reps on campus. Everybody's very supportive of that. The ambassador program is just going to be another touch that new residents will receive when they come on campus. So we're very, very excited about that.
Well, I see the resident rep program as being kind of the nuts and bolts, the nitty gritty that you
Sure.
have to get used to when you come.
Sure.
Whereas this is an extra piece that can really get you involved
Yes.
in the whole campus
I think so.
and improving your life.
That's right. Yes. Ramona, thank you so much for joining us today. We've loved having you on.
Very good.
Thank you for having me.